Evan Almighty 23 coming at you with a new video, and this is a money game on Virgin Gaming. And if you guys are new to the channel, and I basically post online games every single day or money games every single day, one or the other, or I at least try to post every day. So if you want to see everyday games, be sure to subscribe. But today I'm talking about the NFL. I'm gonna break down pretty much each division and each conference and just make some predictions, talk about what teams are doing good, what teams are doing bad. I'm gonna go through each team. So let's get started. We got a lot to get through, but we're just gonna start off with the New York Giants. They're leading the NFC East, and they're 4-2. They're a pretty good team coming off a Super Bowl win. You know, they're a great team actually. 2 losses is a little bit surprising. I don't really think, in my opinion, I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl again, but crazy things can happen. They do have a great squad. I do believe they'll go far in the playoffs though. Now next is the Philadelphia Eagles. They are 3-3. Now the Eagles, they're a little disappointing. Last year people thought they were going to dominate after all the off-season transitions, and especially this off-season too. They made some big moves, but they're still 3-3. And you know, Washington, let's talk about Washington. They're tied with them in the NFC East, and they're 3-3. RGIII has been going off, been doing great for them, and on the other hand, Mike Vick has been struggling a little bit. And then we got Dallas at 2-3, and Dallas's team seems like every year people have high expectations, and you know, a lot of times, you know, they just don't come up big. I'm not hating on them or anything. They're a great football team. They've got lots of talent. They just need to get everything, you know, working together. But I believe they will. They've got, you know, talent everywhere. So I hope to see them winning some games. And that's a very good division. Now we're going to break down the NFC North. We got Chicago leading with a record of 4-1. Chicago Bears, great team. You know, they got a great group of guys. They got great defense. They got a great group of guys. I'm acting like I know them, but they really do have a good team. Then we got Minnesota. I'm surprised Minnesota is 4-2. They're playing some great football, you know, right behind Chicago. So I'm really excited to see what they can do the rest of the season. Then Green Bay, 3-3. This is a team that a lot of people thought would make a huge run and have only maybe like 1, 2, 3 losses, but they've already got 3 losses. They're at 500, which is surprising. You know, it's just really surprising to me. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is having that great of a season, in my opinion. He's still doing great. I mean, he did have 6 touchdown passes his last game. And then we got Detroit at the bottom of that division, 2-3. They still got a great team, and I could see them putting together some wins and maybe making a run, maybe in a wild card or something. Then leading the NFC South, Atlanta is 6-0. They are playing great football. They've just got it going on right now. And then we got Tampa Bay behind them, 2-3. Carolina is 1-4. That's disappointing. I thought Carolina would do better, and the Saints are 1-4. That is surprising too. Thought they would do a little bit better than that, but I'm sure they'll pick it up for the rest of the season. But Atlanta right now has a really big advantage. You know, it's going to be hard to catch up with Atlanta in the NFC South. In the NFC West, we got Arizona, Seattle, San Francisco, and St. Louis. I love this division. It's so competitive. We've got Arizona, Seattle, and San Francisco all at 4-2, and St. Louis is at 3-3. All these teams are full of young talent, and I just can't wait to see what they're going to do the rest of the season. My predictions is San Francisco will come up on top, but maybe Arizona or Seattle will battle for a wild card. We'll have to see what will happen in that division the rest of the season. All right, now we're going to the American Conference, American Football Conference. We just came from the National League. We got to go to the American League now. And right here in the AFC East, all the teams are 3-3. We got New England, who is a great team. They've got some just a dynamic offense, explosive offense, and their defense needs work, but they do play well. Then we got the Jets. They're 3-3. Revis out for the season. That is a huge loss for them. But I think, Cromartie can step up and play that number 1 spot, and they'll be able to pull off some more wins. Then we got Buffalo at 3-3. Buffalo Bills are playing some good football. I didn't think they would have as good a season as they are right now. So, I tip my hat to Buffalo. And the Miami Dolphins, they're at 3-3 as well, which is pretty good. The Dolphins have a great team too. They lost Brandon Marshall, as many of you know, but they're still able to make it happen. Reggie Bush is having a good season. So next, we're going to move on to the AFC North, the division my Cleveland Browns are in. We got Baltimore leading that division at 5-1, but they suffered the injury to Ray Lewis. They don't have Terrell Suggs, and Ladarius Webb's hurt. So you could see them slipping down a couple spots in that division because of those injuries. But maybe they can get it together and be able to play without those guys. Now, second, we have Cincinnati at 3-3. That's a big surprise. They just lost to the Cleveland Browns, and my Cleveland Browns is a Browns fan. I believe we can beat Cincinnati pretty easily. So hopefully, we can just get some wins. The Browns can get some wins in this division. And then Pittsburgh at 2-3. That's a surprise. Pittsburgh hasn't been playing as good as I thought. So my Browns are at the bottom, a record of 1-5. We had a lot of close games. Joe Hayden was out for 4 games, suspended for 4 games. And our record should be better. If we had Joe Hayden, we would have a better record. In his 2 games, he's had 2 interceptions. So look for the Cleveland Browns to maybe get some wins and possibly sneak into the maybe 2 or 3 spot in the division due to some injuries and due to Pittsburgh not off to the best start, but they do have a great team. Next, we're going to move on to the AFC South. We got Houston at 5-1, coming off a loss to the Packers. The Packers, I did talk a little down on them earlier, that they disappointed some people, but last night, on Sunday night, they did not disappoint. Then we got Indianapolis at 2-3. Andrew Luck having a great season, carrying this Indianapolis team. Reggie Wayne's playing great. Still a record of 2-3, but I believe, they can put together some wins. And then below them, we got Tennessee at 2-4. Jake Locker, suffered the injury, so who knows what's going to happen with their team. They've got an okay team, though. Even though Chris Johnson hasn't been really what everyone expects him to be, I think they'll be all right. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, 1-4. I feel it for you guys, you Jaguar fans. It's tough. My Browns are 1-5. We'll get through it. We're going to get some wins. Don't worry about it. All right, now we're going to go to Denver. The AFC West, we're going to talk about Denver. Denver pulled off a huge comeback win versus the San Diego Chargers. That was huge for them because now the Chargers and the Broncos are both tied 3-3 in the division, both at 500, and those are 2 great teams. Then we got Oakland at 1-4 and Kansas City at 1-4. Oakland has a good team, and I think they'll pull out some wins. And Kansas City was a huge upset. A lot of people thought they would be able to sneak into the playoffs, but they're just not playing too well. But I hope to see them win some games. And so that's about it. My Super Bowl predictions. I'm probably gonna go. Let me think this through. Houston, San Francisco. You think it'd be Houston? I'm gonna go San Francisco. From the NFC. From the NFC, we're going San Francisco. AFC, I'm going to predict either. I could see New England doing it. We're going to go Houston. I'm calling my Super Bowl predictions are Houston versus San Francisco. So that's mine. Leave your predictions below at who will win the Super Bowl. And give it a thumbs up if you like the video. And subscribe if you like the video and you haven't subscribed yet. And, like I said, comment. So until next time, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.